All right, so before we get into the goals breakdown from this Nashville versus Philadelphia Union game, I just wanted to give you guys some context and tell you guys that the audio quality might not be what you guys are used to from previous videos because I'm still in Nashville on vacation. I brought most of my stuff with me, not my good mics and whatnot, but I decided, hey, look, I'm gonna get you guys these goal breakdown videos, and that's exactly what we're gonna do here. And so this first goal comes from Nashville's Sam Surridge. You're gonna see Nate Harriel try to clear this ball upfield. It gets blocked, and now here goes Nashville right back on the attack. And what we saw a lot in the first half is not enough pressure by the Union's midfielders anytime that Nashville was possessing the ball. There was always a man advantage in the midfield for Nashville because Union opted to play three midfielders in Gazdag, Martinez, and McGlynn. And you would see Hani Mukhtar constantly just dropping back into the midfield, creating those 4-on-3, 5-on-4 advantages in the midfield, really outworking the Union there. And so you're going to see Kai Wagner come out of his left wingback position, put pressure on Godoy because he realizes the midfielders aren't closing him down, just Nashville are taking their time with this, building up their play. You're going to see Drew Yearwood just come into this space here, and Jose Martinez has to do a better job closing down this ball. And so the pass goes into Drew Yearwood, and you can see just too much time, too much space. And Nashville is just going to go ahead and have this ball with Schafferberg, puts in the cross there to Sam Surridge, and it's 1-0 to Nashville. And this really was a goal that I don't think was all that deserved. Nashville really weren't creating a lot of chances in the first half and just throughout this whole game. But because the Union's midfield couldn't get that pressure on, especially in the first half, that's exactly what happens here on this goal. Jack Elliott, could do a little bit better, and we'll see it here, right here. Ball goes into Schaffelberg. A couple step rivers, beats Nate Harriel. But Sam Surridge, it's a good time run, makes that run off of Jack Elliott, and he has a free header into an empty net there. But it all starts with no pressure by the Union's midfield. And that was the story of the first half. Allowing too much time and space on the ball, too much time and space spent in the Union's half in the first half. And the Union are fortunate that they were only down 1-0 at the start of this game. All right, so this is the second goal in the Nashville versus Philadelphia Union game. This is the Union's first of the night. This one comes courtesy of Julian Carranza. And so you're going to see a throw in here by Olivier Bizo into Bedoya. And it's not a great pass in by Bedoya. It's thinking he's going to be able to play this ball into the overlapping run by Bizo. It doesn't get there. And so Nashville win the ball back. But this play starts right here with Union. It's the press from Daniel Gazdag and Jack McGlynn on Anunga. He receives the ball, and he wants to turn. But Jack McGlynn does a really good job making sure he can't turn, and Daniel Gazdag is closing down the right side. And so he's kind of trapped here, because if he wants to try to play backwards, the Union have Quinn Sullivan and Julian Carranza there, and so he has no options but to hope to try to draw a foul here. Jack McGlynn does a good job winning this ball back, and Daniel Gazdag potentially gets fouled here. Referee says no foul, play on. But it's a bad outlet ball out, giveaway by Nashville, and so the pressure is still on right here. Olivier Bizo with the nutmeg on Hani Mukhtar. And now we're going to track the run of Julian Carranza and the midfielder Anunga, and we can notice just how far into the midfield Julian Carranza is once he scores this goal. And so you're going to see Jose Martinez with a direct ball up top to Quinn Sullivan, wins this. Julian Carranza is then going to make that run into the space because McNulton now has to go towards the ball because Quinn Sullivan's still with the ball. But you notice Anunga behind Julian Carranza does not follow the run at all. And so Quinn Sullivan's going to slot this ball, one touch, second touch finish, in the back of the net for the Union, 1-1. And you really did feel like the pressure was building from the Union early on in the second half. More and more confidence in we'll just look at some plays that the Union created at the end of this video, where after Julian Carranza scores this, the Union were really building the pressure here. And shout out to all the Union fans that traveled out to Nashville. An absolute ton of fans at the stadium. You can see them all right there celebrating this Julian Carranza dupe. But again, you see the nutmeg on Hani Mukhtar, the deep run by Julian Carranza. He's in front of Anunga now. Quinn Sullivan, good job keeping this alive. And it's a good finisher by Julian Carranza. Nashville got to do a better job closing this down. Better communication in the back. But, the Union take advantage of, this misclearance by Nashville. Bad tracking in the midfield. And Julian Carranza there to celebrate in front of the Nashville fans to make this 1-1. So this is the third and final goal of this match. This is the Union's second on the night in the 90th minute, courtesy of a Daniel Gazdag header. This is his fourth goal in the MLS regular season. So you're going to see the cross sent in by Jack Malin to the back post. Daniel Gazag's there to head this one away. Union get an absolutely late go-ahead goal, the fifth set-piece goal in 6 games in regular season play. They've been absolute dominant on set pieces early on in this season, and the Union created a lot of chances off of them in this game, and it's pretty fitting, where the Union kept getting closer and closer and closer as this game was getting later. Basically, the last kick of the game for the Union, attacking-wise, it comes off of a set piece. But we'll go ahead and see it here. I mean, this is just really poorly defended by Nashville. You have 4 players inside the 6-yard box. You have 3 guys playing zone marking. You have a player on the near post. And once that player realizes that, okay, the Union aren't sending this ball to the near post, I'm going to come off of it. And this is just really well done. You have a whole bunch of Union attackers going to create chaos just where this ball is played. And Daniel Gazdag wins his header. He wins his header. This is poorly defended by Daniel Lovitz. Doesn't time his jump well at all. Completely misses the ball. And Daniel Gazdag completely unmarked. This is just poorly defended. And this is typical Union soccer, where you don't see them creating a ton of chances, but the chances they do create, they're clinical. So let's go ahead and look at some chances created by the Union in this game. The Union, we know, win this game 2-1. The Union had a lot of chances created in the second half of this game to not leave it until the 90th minute to get the game-winning goal. We're going to go ahead and look at 2 chances created by the Union here in the first half. So we see this direct ball up top to Julian Carranza. It's a good touch by Julian. Now the Union are going to break in a 3v4. Nashville get numbers back. Gazdag into Quinn Sullivan. And that's a comfortable save there by the Nashville goalkeeper. But we thought this was going to be the sign of good things to come in the first half for the Union. You can see here the Union are down by 1 goal. This chance is going to come in the 48th minute by Quinn Sullivan. It's an outstanding ball here by Jack McGlynn into Kai Wagner. And Kai's going to go ahead and just cut this ball back to Quinn Sullivan. And Quinn sees his shot blocked by McNaughton there. But it's promising after the Union had just given up a goal to Surridge a few moments later. The Union have this great shot by Quinn Sullivan. The ball in by Jack McGlynn. And this cut back, it's a perfect ball by Kai Wagner. And Quinn Sullivan does a good job to get his shot off there. Into the second half here, which was much better by the Union. As we know, they get both of the goals in this half. It's just really good play here by the Union. The press was so much better. Bizo with a good pass into Daniel Gazdag, who sees his shot saved first time. And Olivier Bizo, Alejandro Bedoya really made the difference for the Union in this game. First time shot by Gazdag, really good save by the goalkeeper. And you could tell Union growing in confidence. 1-1 at this point. Here's a really good chance by Nate Harriel off of a set piece. We know that the Union do get the game-winning goal in the 90th minute after that Daniel Gazdag header. It's a big opportunity wasted there by Nate Harriel. Out jumps his defender, has the goalkeeper beat, and it goes just wide. Big moment right here by Julian Carranza. And then there's a really good set piece here by Damian Lowe. Like we said, the Union scored 5 set piece goals now in 6 games this season, and they created a ton of chances off the set pieces in the second half of this game. And like we just saw a few moments ago, the game-winning goal came off of a set piece, a Daniel Gazdag header. The last thing that we're going to do here is look at the saves by Oliver Zemla in this game. Oliver replaced Andre Blake last game against Minnesota United last weekend due to Andre having to leave the game because of concussion. Jim Curtin said after the game that Andre had passed all his tests, but at the end of practice and shooting drills, Andre Blake took a shot to the head by Quinn Sullivan, and so because of precautionary reasons, the Union kept Andre out of this game, and so that meant another starting net for Oliver Zemla. And so there's a huge chance here off the set piece by Nashville. It's a header won by Bauer, and we see Zemla come off with a huge save. We're going to go ahead and see a close-up right here of this shot, of this header. And you can see just Bauer out jumps Jacob Glesnes. Zemla makes a save right there with that right hand, goes off the post. Huge save to start this game for Oliver Zemla. Save number 2 of the game. Zemla misses the ball, wants the foul, does well to get up and save the shot by Godoy, complaining to the referee that, hey, look, he was fouled on the initial attempt there by McNulton. But Zemla gets up strong, punches this ball out for a corner kick, and this is one that, yeah, maybe should have been called back. You know, it's questionable if Godoy would have scored. Would they have called the foul on McNulton, on Zemla? Does well to get up to hit this ball over the net for a corner kick. Save number 4 here in the second half now. Does well to save this shot by McNulton, who tries the acrobatic. And that is how the night ended for Oliver Zemla in net for the Union. Big performance for him to concede 1 goal. Big performance by this Union defense not to give up many chances to Nashville on the night.